Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalatu wassalamu ala rasulihin nabiyil kareem wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. First of all, I never imagined and never thought that there will be a time that I will have to speak about my brother Fatih in his absence, that when he is not in this mortal world. So I'm so sad, and but I look forward to meeting him soon. So if I talk about my brother Arwa, he has different facets of his life. He has a role as as an individual. He has a role, and in my relationship with him, he has a role as a competitor, and he has a role as the telecom leader of Sudan. So I start with the his contribution towards the telecom sector in Sudan. He was, and he was the, I think, like, and I duly give him credit. Besides the team of Zain, I give him due credit of where Zain stood in Sudan, and how much Zain contributed towards the inclusion of the common people, towards the connectivity of the common people, towards making sure that telecommunication reaches the masses of Sudan, the people of Sudan. Uh, as a industry leader, Brother Arwa was actually very active in all policy making, in all decision making, and he was always supportive. Although I was on the other side competing with him commercially, but on the policy matters where we find that which is in the interest of the country and which is in the interest of the telecommunication sector in Sudan, he was always supportive. He will always come out with innovative ideas and suggestions and policy making guidelines, and use his influence as well in terms of making sure that those policies do happen. Second area of my relationship with brother was as a competitor. I was on the other side. I was the CEO of MTN, and we were like commercially, I can say that it was a cutthroat competition. Sudan is a highly competitive market with low margins, and all the operators and multi-operators present in the market, and there was a cutthroat competition. But as the relationship that we had between each other was the relationship of respect, relationship of transparency, and relationship of supporting wherever possible, while supporting each other while we are competing without compromising on the commercial interest of any of our organizations. So there were so many things, like uh, when when we started, like when I started interacting with him, what we agreed was that there are so many things where we can surely compete with each other and, like, okay, fight with each other in the commercial field, but there are so many other areas for the interest of the telecom sector in general in Sudan, and for the industry, benefit of industry, or benefit of all operators in the industry, where we can cooperate and we can support each other. So we were competing fiercely with each other. We were like, as I said, like, we had a cutthroat competition. There was no compromise from his side on the commercial interest of the organization he was representing, and I was also never willing to compromise on the commercial interest of my organization. But we were always finding ways with the other operators where we can support and we can work together with each other. So that was, as I said, like, that was the best. And in fact, like, if I have to compete, I have been in the telecom sector for about 30 years now, and I can say that one of the best competitors that I have found was my brother Fatih Arwa. We were always transparent. We were open whenever whatever we can tell each other, we can tell, but whatever we don't want to disclose or we think is not in the interest of our organization, we will actually very clearly, very transparently tell each other that this I cannot explain, or this we cannot compromise. And then we can find, there were always, where there is a will, there is always a way to actually find out. But last but not the least, my relationship with the brother Fateh was like a elder brother. For me, he was always like, he was older than me in age. He was much knowledgeable. He was much experienced, and much experienced in global scenario as well. Like beside telecom, he had his previous experiences in diplomacy and all these other areas. He had a much wider experience. So like when I reached Sudan, first thing I did was like, I was told that I told them I would like to, who are the industry leaders in Sudan, and I was told, okay, brother Fateh is the CEO of Zain Sudan. And so I told them that, okay, I would like to meet him, but I was told that normally we don't have good relations, so people generally, Zain CEO never, Zain CEO and MTN CEO, we don't remember when did they meet last time. So I said, okay, I would like to take an initiative and I would like to meet brother Al Fateh. So I called him, I said, give me his number, and I called him. And I told him that I would like to meet you, come and meet you. I'm the new CEO of MTN Sudan. I would like to come and see you in your office. He says, what is the agenda? I said, no agenda. I just want to say hello, salam alaikum, and shake hand with you, seek your guidance. He said, most welcome. But he said, in Sudanese culture, the newcomer need not come to my office. So I will come to your office. So I said, it was like a shock for me, because my people told me that then CEO may not be happy, has never come to MTN office. I said, it will be an honor for me if you come to my office. So our first meeting was, I wanted to go and see him in my office, in his office, but he chose to come and visit me in my office. And then after that, like as I said, in personal respect, there was always a relationship of personal respect and personal and sincerely. Every time I approached him on any issue, I found him very honest and very sincere and very committed and very kind hearted. He was always open to listen. And those who know him will know that it was always a pleasure. You go to him with most complicated things, and we used to spend like maybe hours laughing. And I wish, and I still remember, I wish to hear his laughter again and again. And I'm sure in Jannah he will be sitting with his colleagues now and listening to this and maybe laughing again loudly. You can sit with him for hours, and you will always feel, and talking to him on most complicated and most difficult subjects, and you will find always he will find some lighter issue, mode of those lighter elements in those complicated discussions, and that the meeting will end up in laughter and happiness, and you will feel light, and you will always find a solution to everything. As I keep repeating that the one thing I told, and in fact, when I left Sudan, my organization, my farewell, he was the first one to organize a big farewell for me in Sudan. My organization, okay, they kept time, they took time before they could organize the formal farewell for me. But even before the organization where I was working, it was my brother who organized a big farewell for me. And I kept laughing. I told him that you are now happy that I'm leaving. But I know he was not happy. I know. And we always remain in touch. He was always there giving me advice, giving me suggestions. And in fact, to the extent that I keep laughing and I keep telling my colleagues that brother Fateh did not keep the promise with me. Sometime back, sometime before his his death, he promised me, we had an exchange of communication, and he told me, I think he started realizing that his time is coming. He told me that we have met in this world and we will inshallah meet you in Jannah. I told him, brother, I want to meet you in Jannah, but I want to meet you many times in this dunya before we go to Jannah. But brother, you did not keep this promise. Your promise to meet again and again is still there. I look forward to, I feel happy to talk about you. Your thoughts, your memories will always remain with us. You will always remain as a guiding force for your team and for all of us who have somehow or the other have ever connected with you. I wish you best of the places. I'm sure you would be in the best of the best places from the muqarrabin, inshallah, in Jannah. And I wish and look forward to seeing you in Jannah, and we meet again and we talk again and we laugh again. May Allah bless you with all the best of His blessings. Ameen. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.